Happy Saturday evening from Walkland Highlands Farm. It's John Davis again. Out here moving hay, doing the thing, and it's just a beautiful night too. My gosh, look at that, look at the blue sky. Birds are singing. I mean, you really can't ask for more. It's just gorgeous out here. And just wake up every day and thank the great Lord that I can be here. It's an amazing thing. So I hope you all find your spot someday too, where you can wake up every morning and be like, hey, this is awesome. It's a great thing. So anyway, I'm moving hay out here today. I want to show you our hay system. We've been battling with this whole hay system for a long time. It's hard to store hay. We don't have a hay storage building. We're actually kind of short on space, and buildings are extremely expensive, especially in 2024. So we're trying to figure out a better way to store hay, and we've messed around with a whole bunch of things and watched a whole bunch of YouTube videos. I think this method that we figured out is going to work out all right though, and I just wanted to show it to you real quick and show you what we got going on. Maybe it's something you can use on your farm and make your hay storage a little bit easier. Let me show you what we got going on here. All right, so we just got these fresh shiny hail bays from our local hay distributor, local hay maker, and we need to get them all covered up. We've stored hay outside not covering it, and I just don't like it. We have a lot of animals. We have sheep, we have cattle, we have horses. And the cattle and the sheep seem to be pretty good when we roll the hay out on pasture. We've adopted the Greg Judy method of feeding hay, and we roll our hay out on pasture. They pick through it, they get the moldy stuff, or I should say they get rid of the moldy stuff, and it works out really well. Horses, though, are a different matter. Horses are stupid, and I know if you're going to yell at me for saying horses are stupid, you don't own horses. I'm sorry, you just don't. I love them. They're great. They're an important part of the farm, but if you stick bad hay in front of them, they're going to eat the hay, they're going to colic, and they're going to die because they're, what does our neighbor call them? Balls of anxiety on toothpicks. They're also looking for ways to die every day. I think the only worst animal would be wool sheep. They're also looking for ways to die every day. New and novel ways. Anywho, so we have to be careful with the hay. There's also the spoilage issue too. I mean, even if we weren't worried about keeping our hay 100% pristine, because we know the smarter animals in the herd will pick through it, it's a wastage thing. I mean, this hay right now, we just got this. It's been stored in a hay barn. It's first cutting from this year. I mean, it's beautiful. You don't have to go too far into it to find green. You know, the outside always oxidizes a little bit, but I bet the inside of this bale is nice and green. We don't want to mess that thing up. And I found that net wrapped bales. So this is net wrapping. If you don't know about hay bales, that's net wrapping. Net wrapping is better than string wrapping. So in the old days, they wouldn't have this net on here. They'd have individual baling twine strings, 4 to 6 of them per bale. And they would wrap the bale that way, and that is not as superior at shedding water and wrapping the bale tight and keeping it all, tight and airtight on the inside. So anyway, we've got these net wrap bales, and we want to keep them nice. We want to keep these ones nice, as our friend Whistling Diesel would say. I was trying to keep this one nice. So the problem too is that you don't want to set them on the ground. These are big sponges, and bales will suck up moisture, and when they suck up moisture, they turn black and they rot. And that's a problem. So you want to keep the water off of them, although they can shed water, especially when they're nicely net wrapped and they're wrapped nice and tight. They can shed water off the outside, but if you set it on the ground, leave it there long enough, half your bale is going to be a nasty, rotted bale mess on the bottom of it. I know that Greg Judy uses wood poles to put his bales on. That's a good idea. We just don't have a lot of those around here. We tend to chop all our wood into firewood, and it's just a lot of work. We don't have a lot of straight poles. He's got a lot of cedar trees too around his area, so that works out well. We have a tire dealer in town, and I do know that those are semi-truck tires that I have under there. Those semi-truck tires, they have to pay, I think they said, up to $15 depending on the tire, but I think the normal cost is $5 per tire to get rid of them. So if you think of an 18-wheeler, well, it's got 18 wheels, right? So 18 tires. That's a little under $100 to get rid of all those tires. Now, yeah, they charge the customer for it, but if some enterprising farmer is willing to take those from them for free, then they just up their profit, and that's cool. They're a good company. They support the community. They deserve to make as much profit as possible. So we go up to them. We get these semi-truck tires for free, and what we do with them is I take the bale spear on the front of the tractor and I poke a hole in the sidewall of the tire. And then that hole I put on the downhill side, because everything's on a hill around here, and that keeps the water out of the tire. We found that if we don't do that, the water collects in the tire, creates humidity, and that humidity gets sucked up into the bale, and then you get a tire-shaped black spot on the bottom of the bale, which is Better than the entire bale rodding if you have it set on the ground, but still not ideal. We're looking for continuous improvement here. So I get those tires for free. We just have to go get them and then poke a hole in them. And tarping, there's probably a lot of you that know about this. I certainly didn't know about it. Apparently, you can go buy billboard tarps, which is what this is. So this was a Nucor gas ad. And if you don't know, these are billboards. So when you see a billboard on the side of the road, it's actually a vinyl tarp, a UV resistant, relatively heavy duty vinyl tarp. That this particular one is 36 feet by 10 feet. And these are about 5.5 foot round bales. And a 36-foot tarp that is 10 feet wide fits 8 round bales stacked end to end perfectly with a little bit of overlap on the ends. So that works out real well. We're going to give this system a shot. I'm extremely excited about this. We've got our cinder blocks in the bottom. Being on top of a hill on Lachlan Highlands Farm, we get a lot of wind. And with these cinder blocks, I'm going to put some grommets into the billboard tarp and then tie it off with baling twine to those blocks. And I think that'll keep everything, fastened down. But I'm really excited about this. We tried using individual tarps on the bales. It didn't work out that well. We're going to give this a shot. We're keeping this hay. We're starting to stock up on hay for the winter. Yeah, I know. For those of you who are in regenerative ag, I mean, we do try to forage or have a forage stockpile as much as we can. With our high stocking density and the fact that a lot of our land is coming off of being over-harvested hayland, we have some winter stockpile, which is great, and we do our best with it, but we have a lot of topsoil to build before we can not feed hay. And yes, I've been to Greg Judy's place. Even Greg feeds hay, and there's a purpose for that. We use our hay to build topsoil. We bring in carbon into our land. We need tons, hundreds, thousands of tons of more carbon in our soil. So we, for 65 bucks a bale, we import it. So that's what we got going on. Something else real quick too. This is how we stack our wood. Those of you who've been on the internet for a while, you'll know that these are called Holzhausens. The idea is, I think Holzhausen means like wood house in German. It is a great way to stack wood. We love these things. They look really nice, especially when I trim around them. And they dry the wood out really darn quickly. And we have a lot of firewood. We burn wood to keep warm in the winter. So it's a big thing. I'll tell you one thing though. These covers, so we watch Wrangler Star and have for years. And it's gotten a little strange lately, but back in the day, he used to be quite the homesteader and had all kinds of great tips. He recommended these covers from a company called Cordwood Covers. These things are only 4 years old, and look at them. They look horrible. Like, that one's dying. Those ones have holes in them. That one has holes in them. I think we're just going to go back to canvas tarps. These things were expensive, too. So I'm not really happy with how these held up. Yeah, so anyway, Cordwood Covers. I love the idea where you have the tarp that straps onto the top of the cover, or top of the Holzhausen rather, and keeps the water off. But man, I'll tell you what, maybe it's just our Midwestern sun. They are not made for this type of environment. That PVC vinyl covering or whatever that's on them, it just gets eaten right up. So anywho, there you go. Hopefully our billboard tarps last longer. So I'm going to grommet these things up and put some baling twine on them, and then that is my day. So thank you for watching. I hope this helps you. God bless you all. Thank you so much for giving us your time and your eyeballs and listening. And we just hope you all do well, and please pray for us and our family, and we'll pray for you, and have a great day. Thank you very much.